freedom of speech. He represents Tennessee's 5th Congressional District. I think first time on the program. Let's welcome Congressman Andy Ogles. Andy, welcome.
Well, thanks for having me. It's great to be back home in the district. You know, we just wrapped up before the August recess. But I tell you, these revelations by Jim Jordan are, we knew it. But now we can prove it. So if you go back to April of 21, there's this concerted effort. So they didn't just cave to the Biden administration. They were colluding with the Biden administration. Mm-hmm. So this type of direction from the government to a company like Facebook, that's what you would see in China, the CCP. So the question would be, so what do we do next? Do they want to be treated like an arm of the government and we regulate them? Or have they gotten too big for the britches and they need to be busted up?
There you go. I like the latter. Because I don't like a bunch of government regulation. So bust them up.
Right, that's right.
Not physically, of course. You have to always say that these days, Andy, because then they go, that crazy right-wing TV host is promoting violence.
That's right. We'll both get canceled. But just, that's a normal Tuesday for us, right?
Well, they've tried to cancel OAN, as you know, every which way to Sunday. We don't stop. We don't care about that crap.
But that's why what you're doing is so important. And what Jim Jordan is doing is so important. Is like, the Russia hoax, the Russian collusion. We now know all of that was false, right? It was concocted. It was fabricated. And now they try to levy those same type of, this is just, more fake information, right? It can be proven. We've got the emails. We've got the text. We've got the communications. And it came from the top. So again, I'm ready for some action. This Biden administration is nothing more than a criminal enterprise. They've been taking bribes from foreign governments. They've been colluding with corporations against Americans. And when we wanted to know the truth, we just wanted to know the truth about the vaccine, they wouldn't let us know. Yeah. They hid it from us.
That's the key. I am so glad, Andy, I work for an organization, a family, that said, if you want to take that jab, it's up to you. You want to wear that mask, it's up to you. Everything here at this network, and I know no other network can say this, so Fox, CNN, Newsmax, all of you, OAN was the only one that said, employees, this is your decision. You decide. It's an experimental vax. A couple of those emails that Jim released were very telling. There was a lady, I forget, she's a high up, just under Zuckerberg at the company. And you're right, it wasn't just Biden's regime sent them things and said, please pull this one down, because they were specific. They would be like, we don't like this meme, we don't like this video, whatever. Yeah. But then she was sending back stuff suggesting even, hey, we took this one down, or we stifled this one 50%, like an interview or something that Tucker had posted. They're like, hey, just so you know, we stifled Tucker's spread, or reach rather, 50%. So they were doing it on their own without the Biden regime telling them to.
Yeah, they took it, and that's why I use the word colluded, because they became an agent, right, for the government, for the Biden administration. So in some cases, they were literally blocking Tucker's posts. In other cases, they throttled him back, so that they limited his reach. And again, so that would have been Sheryl Sandberg, is I think the name or the person that we're talking about here.
I think so.
But it was one of their assistants that works for the two of them, or one of them, circulating the information on their behalf. And like you said, we know this was being directed from the top. This wasn't someone who just kind of went rogue on the administrative staff. This was from the top. And again, you now see this thread, this pattern where Facebook deliberately, and it should be noted, who are they targeting? People who were just wanting to have an honest, open discussion, transparency, that's important. And also specifically conservatives like you, like me, like Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, OAN's pages, my own pages, shadow banned. I mean, come on, when you've got 2+ million folks following you on, let's say, Twitter before Elon took over, like I think our page does at OAN, and all of a sudden you go from thousands and thousands of likes and retweets and whatever else to a couple hundred or a few dozen, and you're not being shadow banned? Come on. I want to switch gears on the Facebook files, which was amazing. I'm so glad Jim's doing it, and he says he's going to release more. So folks, stay tuned on that one. Let's totally flip gears and talk about the impeachment. We did it with our last guest a bit, but I want to do it with you because some stuff came out from a couple GOP senators, and I understand what they're saying about not impeaching Joe because it looks like then Republicans are just trying to get back after Dems did it to Trump twice on bogus claims for their impeachment.
Right.
Here's my thing. I know you introduced articles. We got Marjorie, Boebert, a bunch of folks got articles out there. I agree with all of you. Forget the illegal stuff because, of course, I heard Rand Paul, who I respect, say, I want to see more evidence of the illegal stuff. Okay, fine. Can we just impeach his ass on derelict of duty for not securing our southern border, Andy? He has gone against his duty to keep the American public safe. So if folks don't think in the Senate or House there's enough evidence to say he did dirty deals with his son and he's not the big guy, my ass, we all know he is, can you kick him out and impeach him over the border? Drugs, trafficking, come on.
Well, so my articles of impeachment, we touch on the corruption, the scandals, the monies, from foreign governments, but we also touch on the border, to your point.
Thank you.
I mean, look, every town in America is now a border town. Every small town in America is a border town. We all know someone, either directly or indirectly, that has been affected by fentanyl. And this is a direct correlation and responsibility of Joe Biden. We've had hundreds and thousands of people coming over across our border every single month. Think about 9/11. Roughly a dozen terrorists orchestrated that. And we've caught 250 individuals on the terror watch list since the beginning of the year. And so this is, whether you want to look at the terrorism angle, whether you want to look at the fentanyl angle, or the sheer fact that we're being intentionally invaded by this administration who is colluding with the Mexican government to let it happen. I mean, as you say, the evidence is there. Right. The facts are there. We could go today. We could impeach him on the border.
You don't need more evidence on the border.
We can impeach him on corruption. That's right. And we could impeach him 3 or 4 times, and there'd still be more to impeach him on. And so this idea that we should be timid or tepid, and when it comes to impeachment, this is what's wrong with the Republican Party. When we have an obligation to uphold truth, justice, and transparency to the American people, some people want to go hide in the corner. Well, enough's enough, folks. That's why I offer the articles of impeachment, to send a message to leadership and to the American people. I'm frustrated, I'm impatient, and it's go time.
Yeah, and again, to Senators Thune, Kennedy, Paul, and Tillis, I get what you're saying about you don't want the moderate, independent, libertarian voters to think that Republicans are just doing the get back at, or I got you, because you went after Trump thing. And I get it. To them, the evidence from the laptop to these bank accounts that Comer's showing us is not enough evidence for them. Okay, whatever. But the border, the evidence there is every damn day. And Andy, you're talking to somebody that's been affected by fentanyl. My best friend in the world lost his 26-year-old son, who,
I'm sorry,
like a nephew to me, over one of these damn pills, okay? So, yeah, I take this seriously. I want to see this man out of office for ruining this country on so many levels. But, I'm a military guy. Dereliction of duty. He's the commander-in-chief. He's not keeping us safe. So I'll end it with this, Andy. Thank you so much for being another House Republican to have the you-know-whats to throw up impeachment articles. God bless you.
Well,
have a good weekend.
Yeah, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.